Hey everyone, what's up? It's Monday the 17th of October, that is. And it was a strange old day. The market rallied out of the blocks for the first half an hour of the market. And then very sideways choppy from about 10 a.m. market time. It was a little bit difficult to find things to trade after that first half an hour. After that first half an hour, I was $6,000 in the red. We had a good start. We traded Roblox to start off with, and we got 2,600 up. And then we tried to trade Minerva for a bounce on the set. So Minerva had some bad news with regards to FDA approvals or lack of approvals, and they lost like 3/4 of the value of the stock overnight. So I looked to trade a bounce, and I got caught, and it held it a bit too long, so lost $8,000. So $6,000 down. Looking for things to trade, it was difficult to find things to trade because the majority of the moves were, well, with reliable volume, the majority of the moves were pre-market, and there wasn't a lot that moved after the bell. But we did find a few things. We got Heartbeam. BEAT that moved up, and we traded that for a little over $1,300, $1,350. We traded Pineapple Energy. So we got $500 out of Pineapple Energy. We traded Roblox again, but we actually lost on that. So we ended up instead of 2,600 up on Roblox, we ended up just over $700 in profit on Roblox. As I mentioned, Minerva, we lost over $8,000 on $8,500 on that. But what came to our rescue was INPX. So INPX is INPX is the company. So INPX is the ticker, and that was moving up. It moved up really, really well today, and we managed to get on a couple of bounces or a couple of rallies with that. And I'll show you towards the end of the day. We got a couple of good moves on that, which managed to get us just over $6,000 on that, which took us green on the day. Now, I say green on the day, marginally green. After charges and transaction fees and commissions, etc., we will be in the red today, but for statistical purposes, it's a green day. We had 2 red days at the end of last week. We're starting off with a green day, very small green day, $133, but it's a green day all the same. So let's just have a look, shall we, about how we did this. So started off with Roblox first thing, and we looked at this one. Move up, and we managed to get some profit on Roblox on the move up. Let's say we're $2,600 up. Then we traded Minerva. Now Minerva, I've put this on the 15-minute. You can see, well, zoom in so you can see. You can see here on the 15-minute chart just how much it gapped down, and we look for a bounce. So we tried to get in on this bounce, and however, we got in at the top here after a couple of halts. We got in at the top, and as it pulled back, we held it a little bit too long. We looked for a bounce on the VWAP, didn't come, and as it sold off, we got out $8,500 on Minerva. Then what else did we trade after Minerva? We traded Roblox again, Heartbeam. That's what we traded, BEAT. So this is where we got on Heartbeam. It was in the afternoon, and we got this move up. It was a good move up. It was a good 50, 60 cents on the move. We didn't get all the move, but we did manage to get $13.50 out of that move with Heartbeat, or Heartbeam is the company. Beat is the ticker. Then we traded Pineapple Energy. So Pineapple Energy is here, and as you can see, Pineapple Energy, we started to make this move up. We traded this into the close as well, And there's a couple of things with Pineapple Energy. We got this type scenario on the 5 minutes. There's the cup, and then it started to pull back as it broke the VWAP here. We watched for a VWAP bounce. So it touched the VWAP, moved back up, and then pulled back to the VWAP. And as it broke the next high, which was here, that's when we rode that up. So it was a VWAP bounce, typical VWAP bounce. Now it did come back down and test the VWAP again before moving back up, and we didn't manage to get much of that move, but it did go green briefly on the day. Then we traded INPX, and this really was the big mover on the day. So these are the two moves that so it sold off. So it was moving up. It was very choppy sideways, and then it started to make its move up. Once it broke above the VWAP, tested its support, didn't break below it, then I started to get interested. So as we got in here, we've got this move. I was just watching it at this stage. Managed to get on this move here and got out at the top, and it did get back in here where we made new highs and got faked out. I held the position though, so we came back down to the $0.75 level and moved back up, and we added to the position and got in there. So just over $6,000 on INPX. So then it sold off. I was looking for a test of $10. I was looking for it to move up to $10. So I was waiting for this pretty much the whole of the power hour. I was waiting for this to make a move up to $10. But alas, it didn't. It was $133 green, and that's pretty much me done for the day. So strange one. If you look at the S&P 500, put this on the 15 minutes so we can actually see. As you can see, the S&P 500, all the markets were pretty much the same. The S&P 500, it gapped up overnight, or over the weekend, if you will, and then started to make its move up into the open. It then opened, really motored out of the blocks, and then once it got to kind of 10 o'clock market time, it just stopped. It was sideways, choppy, very go nowhere, do nothing market after that time. So it was very difficult to trade, and there was quite a lot of other larger cap stocks did pretty much the same thing. If we look at like the likes of Tesla, for example, very similar kind of out of the blocks, then move sideways. If we look at Microsoft, launched out of the blocks, very similar to what we were sort of just looking at on the S&P 500, and then choppy sideways above and below the VWAP, and it was just very choppy across the board. And a lot of the larger cap stocks were doing that. So it was a difficult market to trade in, and there wasn't a huge amount of volatility in terms of big movers. Nothing really went parabolic. INPX, or INPX, was the biggest mover on the day that I could see, and it had a move towards the end of the day. Well, a double move towards the end of the day. It had a move in pre-market. In between, it was very sideways, and not a lot to trade. A couple of other movers, the crypto stocks moved, Marathon Digital, Riot Blockchain, etc. And there was a couple of other smaller, low volume movers, some big movers on towards the end. I think Dragonfly was one that moved towards the end. The CEO was on CNBC, and it just pumped about 40% whilst he was being interviewed on CNBC at the end, into a halt. 20-minute halt, so into the close, and then of course it moved up after the close, up over $10. That was Dragonfly, but obviously because it was halted, not a lot we could do about trading that either. So that's where we are right now. Now, after the big drawdown on Friday, I was hoping to have a big green day today. Obviously, we didn't get a big green day. It was it's a green day, but it's a small green day. So let's have a look at where we are on the month, shall we? I'll look at the statistics. So pretty much, I don't even have to import my statistic, my trades from today to actually get the numbers. Of course, my trade accuracy will be a little bit skew with, but it's pretty much a scratch day. We've traded 5 stocks today, 4 winners, 1 loser, but it's pretty much a break-even day. So when we start talking about October, we really need to be $100,000 in October. So we're still $27,000 in terms of growth. So we've got 2 weeks, 10 trading days left to make $70,000. So we have to be doing $7,000 a day to do that. Is that a realistic ask in 10 days? I would say no. I've made $70,000 in 10 days in the past. Yes, I've done it in a day, but you know, I'm not expecting that. Given that I have an average across the year of $5,000 per day, 10 days, $50,000 is a realistic expectation. That's what I'm shooting for. If I can get more than that, if I can get 70,000, get us back on track for the year, because otherwise we're going to be behind going into November, and we've not got a lot of time to make up for that. So we really need to get as much as possible in October, so that we're not going behind, or if we are going into November behind, it's only by a small amount. So if we look at the win-loss expectation, as I say, my accuracy today was 4-1. Across the year, we're not far off 2-1. Across the month, we're what, 3-2? 3-2? It's about right. 3-2. If we're looking at 83 versus 55, it's about a similar kind of ratio on the well, across the board. It's about 3-2, 60% to 40%. Yeah, and about a similar kind of thing with the gains versus losses, so the risk versus reward. What's happened is we've had this drawdown and huge drawdown. It's a $19,000 drawdown, so we need to recover that, and hopefully we can do that. So based on the drawdown being red day on Friday, red day on the Thursday, smaller red day on the Thursday, we need to recover that this week and then kick on and hopefully get closer to goal for the remainder of the month. So that's essentially where we are. Of course, tomorrow is the World Series of Day Trading. I've got my TradeNet platform credentials and everything came through today. So I'll be competing in the World Series of Day Trading. What I will start doing is doing a few updates on the World Series of Day Trading and dropping those at the same time as I'm dropping the day trade recap as well. So I'm not going to be spending all my time doing the World Series of Trading. I'll be trading simultaneously on 2 different platforms. So on my Dash Trader, Dash Trader Pro, on my own account, I'll be trading on that to try and reach our revenue goals. That's going to be my priority. That is what I do on a daily. That's where I get my money to live. That's what I do for a living. But I will be competing in the World Series of Day Trading. So I will have this on my other monitor, and I will be trading both platforms simultaneously. So we could, in essence, get some good gains on the World Series of Day Trading as well. So if I get some good trades on that, I'll see if I can record. I'll see if I can get a setup where I can record that as well. So I'm recording that as well as streaming and recording the Dash trades. Who knows? I might be able to post those trades from the TradeNet platform. So I'll be back at it tomorrow, 90 minutes before the market opens for pre-market trading. So that's 8 a.m. or it's 1 p.m. here in Ireland, 1 p.m. in the UK as well. We've got a bit of a mountain to climb, but we've been in worse situations and come out, smelling of roses at the other end. So I'm confident we'll be able to do it again as well. So join me tomorrow. We'll do it all again. and hopefully we'll have a much better green day tomorrow. In the meantime, enjoy your evening. See you soon.